Good afternoon. In my small but growing channel, there seems to be several groups of watchers, people that follow the channel, right? So, if I look at my statistics, those videos that have the longest average duration are not necessarily the most watched ones. Those tend to be more niche Spyderco designs like the Ikushi and the cue ball, right? In views, the views are pretty low on those, but the average watch time is high. So, Spyderco lovers, this video is probably for you then. All right. So I'm really pleased to be putting in front of the camera some of my, actually all of my Edge Schempp designs produced by Spyderco. Mr. Schempp has been gracing the knife industry for many years now. As most of you, I learned about him and his designs by watching the Nothing Fancy project, his coverage of some of the SHOT Show videos back in 2009 or so, and fascinated by the man, his knowledge, how elaborate he was in his explanations of the steels and different various aspects of knife making in general and performance. So I've been following his designs for a long time, and I'm pleased to show you some of the ones that I currently have. Okay. This is the Spyderco Tuff. The official name is the Schempp Tuff. Okay, there is a new Tuff out, so it's a great time to be putting the video out to give you some idea of what the original design accomplished. Okay, before going into details on the Tuff, let me show you some other Schempp designs produced by Spyderco, all of them in Taiwan, to the highest quality levels possible. There I say. That's the Tuff. Here's the Spyderco Navaja. Then we have the Persian. And finally, just zoom in for a sec, we have the Schempp Bowie. Controversial looks. Can't fold the action. So a brief comment on each of them, not so much on the Tuff, right? The Navaja is my favorite of the bunch, by far, no comparisons. I just, I enjoy the action on this one so much that it races to the top of my favorite Schempp designs. And I've had the Barong, and I've had one that I'm forgetting at the moment. Actually, the small Persian, 75mm. That was an amazing design, very slicey. So favorite is the Navaja. Extremely great handle ergonomics. That curve down here provides no hot spots with the exception of the clip. Okay, the ramp is well placed. Yes, the blade is not very conventional, but it allows different grips, so like the ones that I'm demonstrating right now. Enlarged finger choil, large Spyderco hole. The Navaja is proven, guys, but the action, I don't know if it's because of the bolsters or the polishing that they've done in the internal surfaces, but the action of the Navaja, yes, it's lacking the Caraca mechanism. I actually gifted a friend of mine, Alejandro, a Navaja that had the Caraca still intact, and buddy, that's a good gift. I hope you enjoy it for many years. All right, I'm never getting rid of my Navaja, I can tell you that much. Okay, well used, well loved. The Persian is a different beast. He's trying to accomplish different purposes in life. The blade is thinner, probably not stock thickness, but the actual edge is a lot thinner, more slicey. The comfort is there, though. It's there. It's kind of similar to the Navaja and the original stretch in overall shape. The G10 is just the right level of grippiness. There is no jimping, and you begin to slide up a little bit, but you're so locked in that it doesn't matter really. Okay, thin carry is actually made in Japan. My apologies. BG10. Okay. The Japanese lockbacks, the ones made in Sekai City, they have a great feel. They have a great feel. Yes, sometimes you'll see up and down, very slight up and down. This is less than what you'd see on the Endure and Delica series. It's closer to the Stretch and the Native Chief in terms of lockup. But the way you press the button and the feedback that you get by doing that, the way it snaps shot, there's a quality level there that you you seem to always get with these backlogs from Sakai City. My interpretation is that this is made by Moki, the legendary Japanese company. I could be wrong there. Okay, and then we have the heavy yet interesting looking Bowie design. Deep carry wire clip, that's always my preference. It feels substantial in hand. It's got a very similar feel when deployed to the Navaja. It has to be because of the bolsters and the added rigidity that gives you an unlocking interface. The ergos are kind of short. I begin to run out of room, as you can see here, right? I have large hands, but everything else about the knife, it's good. It's good. Yes, this is trying to resemble the catch on a traditional Bowie, but it's not. It's also serving as a thumb ramp. It bothers you when you come up on the choil. It's kind of on the way there, okay? But Mr. Schempp will always give you different grip options in his designs. That's what I see. All right, so back to the Tuff. Spyderco Tuff is a full 4mm with an aggressive, militaristic looking shape because of that groove there. Thick behind the edge, although there are much thicker knives. For instance, if you grab the SR1 from Cold Steel, that's a completely different approach to the edge. That's way open, much more obtuse than what you get on the at the end and the mid end of the Tuff. All right, the action is not great, but it offers a lot of resistance. Yes, you can flick it open, but I don't tend to open my knives like that unless it's unassisted from Kershaw, Mr. Onion. There's a lot of resistance. The detent on this knife is a beast. It's really strong to overcome, really strong. So you're leveraging your middle finger on the lock here to open, and it's kind of difficult, but doable. Okay, but the lock hub, it's triad lock feeling, no action in any no movement in any direction. The choil, again, as a trademark from Mr. Schempp, is enlarged. Okay, so you do lose a lot of cutting edge, and that's a valid criticism of the original Tuff, is that you have very little edge to work with. If you want to cut open an apple or some large fruit, you may struggle with the reach that you have on the cutting areas. Tai-Chung quality, guys. I mean, the lockup is beyond strong. Early within steel insert, I prefer seeing early lockups. Okay, so the G10 is thin with all those dimples to save weight and give you some styling elements. Large screw heads, large lanyard hold. The handle, as you can tell here, has a bit of a Gail Bradley folder influence in that it bulges towards the back, giving you options to come down and grip, kind of a pistol, and do this with your kukri influenced design. On the other side, we have a pure titanium with a wide triangular clip. I believe that's swappable with the military. Don't quote me on it. Very nice hemp looking logo. Okay, the groove is on both sides, so it's pretty symmetrical, giving you a strong tip, as you can see. All right, and you have repeated grooves on this side, dimples on the scale, right, allowing you to save a little bit of weight. The weight on the original Schempp Tuff is 6.3 ounces. The new Tuff in the enhanced steel and G10 OD G10 is 6.4. So it gained 0.1 of an ounce in like 10 years. All right, 0.1 of an ounce in 10 years. So that's not much. That person is keeping its is doing some exercises. All right, you want to see it closed? That's what it looks like. Right high in the pocket. Who cares? This doesn't leave the house. This is a collection piece. Thank you.